Okay, everybody, we can go ahead and get started here. I'd like to go ahead and welcome you guys to our fairly short demo, video demo on one of our products called the Vbars, which is a very cool custom bar type. What we're going to be doing today is taking a look at some examples and primarily some comparisons of the Vbar compared to other types of bar charts, and how it can potentially and hopefully dramatically improve your day trading. So the first slide we're going to look at is basically what are the V-bars, okay? So now the V-bars are a custom bar type developed exclusively for NinjaTrader, and what they do is they paint a nice kind of big picture type deal of what is happening in your market on that day. It's very good at sort of summarizing what is the master trend that is taking place, that is currently underway, and it's very simplistic. It's beautifully simplistic, actually, in the fact that it's just simply color-coded. So there's only two colors. There's green, and then there's red. What happens a lot of the times, and you're going to see this in some of the examples, is that when it paints green, there's typically a 98% chance that it's going to stay green for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and more bars. And when it prints red, there's a 98% chance it's going to stay red and print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or more red bars. And again, you'll see what I'm referring to in some of these examples. Some of the other things it's really good at is printing where to place your stop. In the number of years that I've been doing these demos, I've met a lot of traders who, frankly speaking, struggle on deciding, figuring out where to place their stop, how tight should they let their stop, should they trail the stop, so on and so on. And what you're going to see in these V-bars is that there's really no subjective way to place your stop. It's a clear and concise way to place your stop. It shows you where to place your stop. It shows you how and if you want to trail your stop, how to do so properly. So, it's one of the bigger advantages, I would say, in using these V-bars. Before I get started here, this is just video number 1 of a 3-part series, and I do like to say that whether you use the V-bars or any other type of platform, there is no such thing as the perfect indicator. Things like MACD, things like RSI, things like stochastics, I personally don't believe in them. I don't believe they exist. I believe they're fictional. And, but some people see some kind of value there. Personally, I don't. The only real measure of truth in trading markets, any markets, stocks, bonds, forex, futures, is reading price action. And you always, always, always want to have some kind of edge. I don't even care if your edge is 1 tick, right? 1 tick edge over the other guy. You need to have some kind of edge. And I feel, and hopefully you'll feel as well, that the V-bars offer that kind of edge, okay? So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. So what I'd like to look at today is a symbol called NQ. For those of you who don't know what NQ is, it is the E-mini NASDAQ 100 futures, traded on the CME, Globex, and it's a really, really great instrument to trade. If you have never looked at it, I highly recommend you take a look at it. It has some very violent intraday moves, 40, 50, 60 points daily, even on slow days. Great market all around. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a 5-minute chart. Okay, this is a 5-minute chart on the NQ. Today is July 22nd. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the morning session. Okay, just the morning session. So here's the 5-minute chart. It looks okay. Personally, I don't know how to read 5-minute charts. I have no clue what's happening. It's very difficult for me to understand what's taking place. You know, bullish tails, bearish tails. Price to me seems like it just chops around, and then it has random bursts of computerized algorithmic trading, right? That's how, I mean, that's my opinion on any kind of chart other than V-bars, whether it's minute charts, tick charts, second charts, volume charts. You know, I don't know, and I don't care to know. Okay. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you same day, same hours, 7 a.m. to 12, July 22nd, what the market looked like on V-bars. And here is what it looks like. Okay. Absolutely gorgeous. Same time frame, 7 o'clock to 12, morning session, July 22nd. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. I mean, there's just, again, there's no subjectivity here, right? It's not open for interpretation. See a red bar print after the first green bar, you go short. First green bar after a string of red bars, you go long. It's really that simple. You know, one thing I really hate when watching a lot of other videos, you know, I like to keep myself educated on what's happening in the marketplace from time to time. I absolutely hate when people have millions of indicators loaded on the chart. I've seen charts that have so many squiggly lines on the chart, it looks like a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. I can't understand even a little bit how people can successfully trade these crazy, crazy multiple lines. I mean, the actual bars are sort of almost disappeared, you know, in the chaos and in the mess of all those squiggly lines. Anyway, I'll save that rant for another day. So again, let me demo this for you one more time. So here is the 5-minute on the NQ. Okay, again, you know, slowly trending down in the morning session till 8:30, and then boom, random spikes upward. No real, you know, rhyme or reason. It's just, again, computerized trading, algo trading. People just trying to slam the open. Who knows? Who cares? Here's what the V-bars look like. Same data set, same data series. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So, you know, let's kind of get into this a little bit, okay? What are the V-bars trying to illustrate to you? They're trying to illustrate to you three main things. I want to know, what is the master trend that is happening right now? And two, how do I get in on that trend, okay? So when you take a look at the V-bars, it's obvious that if the bars are printing green, it's a bullish trend. If the bars are printing red, it's a bearish trend, right? Now that's not always the case, but that's the case about 90% of the time, right? Like in all markets, the NQ is also known for chopping, range bound from time to time, and that happens. You know what I mean? If you can apply that theory to really any market on the planet: stocks, futures, bonds, forex. Markets trend, then markets chop. Markets resume trending, and then they chop. That's just the nature of the markets. There is no third option. Markets are either trending or they're chopping. The only way to make real money is to try to capture massive trends, right? So V-bars clearly illustrate to you what is the master trend, right? You take in the first potential green bar after a string of red bars. Well, that's potentially indicating to you the start of a new bullish trend. First red bar after a string of green bars, well, that's potentially indicating to you a start of a new downtrend. The last thing that the V-bars kind of illustrate to you, or I should say that's helpful in illustrating to you, is where does a person place their stop? Okay, so let me try to drill down here and show you. Let's look at these green bars right here. Okay, so according to my theory, this bar here where my mouse is at 8:51 and 54 seconds. That bar finished at 8:51 and 54 seconds. Okay, You can see that. Now this bar finishes printing green. Okay, so now if you're trading the V-bars, you want to know, well, what comes next? What do I do next, right? Well, what do I do first? First, I go long, right? And where do I place my stop? Great question. If you're trading the V-bars, you can kind of see as you're sort of examining this from a big picture, you can see that the lows of each V-bars are very well respected. You contrast that to a 5-minute chart, right? The highs and lows of each bars aren't really respected. It's chaotic, right? It's chaotic the entire session, the entire morning session, actually. You look at these V-bars, it's very orderly, right? You can kind of make sense of the action, okay? So you would be placing your stop one tick below the previously finished bar, okay? So this bar finishes green, so you would be entering on the second green bar, and you'd be placing your stop one tick below the previous bar's low. And the same thing for red bars, okay? So I'm gonna show you an example here of being stopped out and then having the original trend resume, okay? So here's the first red bar after a string of green bars, 9:07 and 7 seconds, okay? Now that red bar finishes at 9:07 and 7 seconds, so now I'm here in my next bar. Now keep in mind, we don't know if this bar is going to close green or red. As you can see now, it clearly closed red, but we have no idea as it's forming in real time. So all we know is that there is now a red bar after a long string of green bars. What do? Immediately we go short, and we place our stop one tick above the previous bar's high. Remember, it's a short trade, so you do the opposite for a short trade that you would do on a long trade. So, okay, you made a couple of ticks. Price kind of hung out here, 9:13, so 7 minutes later, it's kind of hanging out there. And here at 9:16, your stop got taken out, okay? And now there's a green bar, okay? So rinse, recycle, repeat. Again, you see the same thing here at 9:24, about 15 minutes later. A red bar after a green bar. Finishes printing red at 9:24 and 13 seconds. This bar now opens. Immediately you're going to go long, and you're going to put your stop one tick above the previously finished bar's high. Because again, remember, this is a short trade. So now you can clearly see every bar that finished, 9:25, 9:31, 9:31:46, 9:31:55, 9:33, 9:36, 9:37, right? Over the next 15 minutes or so, price has clearly trended down 15 points on the NQ, which is relatively good move. Damn good move, actually. And all you had to do was simply trail your stop. Every bar that finished, you just simply move your stop one tick above the previous bar's low. Here's your new stop. Here's your new stop. Here's your new stop. Here's your new stop. So on and so on. So that's really the story right there of these V-bars. You know, again, you can kind of see that they kind of illustrate big picture what's happening in your market. Hopefully you can see some advantages of having the V-bars as part of your trading tool set. And if you guys have any questions on anything you've seen here in this hopefully short but productive and informative video, by all means, please do not hesitate to send us an email or contact us on Skype. Thank you so much for watching this video by Master the Pullback. We do look forward to hearing from you at any time. Please stay tuned for our next video in our series of something called the control point, which is a very, very accurate support and resistance type of indicator. Thank you. Good trading.